Welcome back to No Man's Land, where we're trying to do everything in a speed run. Currently running through the night, getting ourselves to 9 a.m. in the morning. As we can see in the bottom right corner, those greenhouses for the flowers and the mushrooms have run out of water overnight. So that's probably the first thing we should deal with. So let's jump into construction mode and give these guys a little bit more water tank storage. And I think it's silo extensions. Yeah, here it's water tanks. So that gives us an extra 5,000 liters. So let's put one of these down against, I think next to each greenhouse justifies it. So we can just deliver a lot less. I'm trying to work out where somewhere I can do this. That's trying to get somewhere. So it's quite close to the property. Oh, here we go. Back here works. Here we're right on the land boundary, right there. So we can squeeze that in there. Squeeze that in there. And we're going to do this on all of our water, all our greenhouses. So that should now mean, if we look at our productions, that those have a lot more capacity. So yeah, this now has nearly 10,000, 15,000 capacity, and these have got a bit more too. These already had a bit. Let's talk about numbers a bit and what all these numbers mean. And actually, these ones are the easier to understand. This will do 1,536 cycles per month, per day. It's per month, but we're running single day months. What that means is 1,536 waters will be consumed and 1,536 tomatoes will be done. So at 26,000, this has got 20 days worth of water in it. So we won't have to worry about these for a long time. When it comes to the mushrooms, this is a lower number, but it's at a higher rate. So 144 times 100 will be consumed, which is 14,000, and it will produce 14,000 mushrooms. And if we look at the price of mushrooms, that means that greenhouse is going to be producing 14,000 times roughly 2. So it's going to be making $28,000 per day. So we're definitely going to want to make sure that these guys stay running. The flowers also have the same rate. And so they were producing 144 times 100, so 14,000. 14,000 will end up being, for flowers, a little bit less. So mushrooms pay out better by a little bit. But we're definitely going to keep those two running. Let's do a quick jump into the tractor. We will give these guys a little bit more water. It looks like it when you drop down those tanks that you actually get free water for the first load, because they were empty and now they're running. So that's kind of a cool side benefit. I should have actually dumped the water I had. So let's talk about what's going to happen today. We need to get plowing started. We need to get our field started. We are in I think we're either in the first or the second month of planting of wheat and barley. So if we're going to get those in the ground, we must do it right now. Now that we've got our yard set up, I think we kind of know the dimensions of our yard here, at least. I think this is going to be a greenhouse type yard. I am tempted to put in a bale storage bunker type thing, just so that we can bring our bales up here when they're not ready to be sold at the highest price and put them into storage. So let's talk about how we're actually going to work out if everything is done. The plan is on this screen to get a number in every single field. And so when everything's got a number in it, that's when we will consider the game to be speedrun. That does mean that we're going to have to force things into storage. And so if you have a production, they will dump their goods out into the spawn point and will not class it as if it's part of the production. So the spawn point itself may have to be completely filled so that there's materials or produced goods inside of the building still. So when it comes to wheats and grains and like that, we can just use a silo and it should go quite well. But when it comes to things like chairs and armoires and all these other things, and particularly things like flour and oils and stuff like that, we're going to have to fill up the spawn point just so it recognizes that. Right, so that's got that water situation done. That should mean that I think with those we can now last 24 hours. We'll have to double check the math maybe later. Just going to move this mower out the way because it has been horrifically parked. Let's go put this over here where we're not going to drive into it as much. Alright, so let's talk about the land. The slope on this left-hand side is okay, but it's a little bit onerous. What my plan is I'm going to put a whole lot of trees up the top, and then we can then start plowing down the hill from there. So why am I doing this now? Well, I want to start banking into the future. I want to have money coming in a couple of years that can, or materials coming in a couple of years that can support things we need to do. So we need to make chairs. We need to make all those wooden goods, which means we are going to need trees to support that. And we need nice, big, strong trees. So let's lease this. This is worth 26,000. Leasing's 1.5, which means 1,300 into 26. It's about 20 times the lease to cost ratio. I don't think we're going to use this more than maybe 5 times. So we'll lease it and we'll be more financially better off. When it comes to pallets, I think we're going to end up putting maybe 2 of these worth out into the field right now. It's like 20 times 2. Spruce is pretty good. It's a nice big straight tree, gives you a lot of yield. If you cut it at 6 meters, it gives you a pretty good return. The way trees work is whatever you cut it as long as it's at least 6 meters, whatever the thickest dimension is. So you go, well, why is 6 worth more than, or 2 6s worth more than a 12? And it's because it's measured, the leaderage, I think, or what I can tell is the leaderage is measured by the thinnest point of the trunk. So if you have a really long trunk and it tapers to a thin point, it's the thinnest point times the length. And so when you cut it at 6 meters, you end up with a thicker piece and then a longer piece. All right, so let's put this down, turn it on. Somewhere in here, we'll start accessing our land. Actually, I'm going to move over a little bit to the right here because the world boundary is just to our left. So let's quickly run up here. My plan is just to put 20 in a row. Our property goes to roughly halfway up that hill, actually where the render distance is currently for the the grass. You can see how there's the big circle of render. And we'll put 20 in, come back, do another row, and then we'll plow to the right of this. Might have to go a little bit to the right around this tree. Alright, I decided to let's grab one more pallet load and destroy our frame rate in this area. There's no huge probability that we're going to be farming over here, plowing through here, so I might as well fill it in with some trees. We can probably return that now. So let's just dump that back in the store. Pretty good deal, didn't take too much time. All right, next thing we need to do is to buy a plow, and then we can also worry about a seeder. I have a mod for both. I don't think either of them are OP. I think they're just nice mods. The first one we're going to grab is the plow. All right, let's go across the plows. We have this lizard one. It's always in the top 5 really popular mods. I'm going to go, for the sake of $2,000, from 17 to 19,000. We'll get that extra, just so we have the extra width. So the front is that side. The blades go towards the dirt. Fantastic mod. It is classed as a plow, and so you can create fields with it. It fulfills the, you've got to plow the fields periodically. So let's line ourselves up. I think I might actually just do a straight vertical stripe, because this is going to be grass. I don't necessarily need to make it into farmland. So let's use this area here to define the verticalness of it. I'll have to check the F1 menu to find out what keystroke it is for allow fields, which is Y. So let's put this down. Square off. I'm looking at the compass in the bottom left corner, keeping it nice and square. We'll make a nice square line here. I'm wondering whether I need to have a road across the property out to the left. I think the answer is yes. It's not too hard to organize, do grass over a road. So I can go right up to where I want to be. So yeah, I think I might make 2 fields here, just so I can make a road. With grass, so there's no downside when it comes to destroying crop. So probably isn't overly necessary. Let's get a time lapse going. We'll square this out, and then I'll make a more organic shape at the top of the field.
Oh, if
Okay, nearly got the top field done as well. I saved you the time lapse there. It's just the same up and down for about 15 minutes real time. I think it looks good. Lots of space to get some grass down. The tree line on our right hand side, I gave it enough space so that a semi-trailer or something can drive next to the field and not encroach over it, just in case this field turns into something that's not grass and that it is destructible. Let's park this right in the middle here. Should be out of the way. Next thing we need is a seeder. Okay, we're at the shop. Let's grab a seeder. So I have a favorite, another mod. It is this John Deere over here. It has this fantastic thing where you can chain them together, so you can make it wider and wider, like a triangle shape. Only $6,000. I'm going to buy 2 and see how we go with that. Now, they can be a bit of a logistical nightmare from a navigation point of view, a backing point of view. But we will give it a go. At the start here, we'll just chain them so that they're in parallel, but then we'll reconfigure them so they're in a diamond shape or triangle shape. Yeah, they really want to turn fast. That's one of the negatives from it. Let's grab 4 bags, and we'll have 4 bags of seed. We'll quickly fill these up. That's the fertilizer bit. So you have to give this a lot of space. It's much easier to control these when they're in a pattern like this. And then what you do is you change it to the V formation when you're ready to use it. I'm going to change that to grass. That's the first one. And you can see how you get 2 bars if they're not in sync. Right, I missed it. There. Grass. There we go. So in the top left corner, I don't know how easy it is to see, but there's 2 tiny little icons, and so they kind of stack on top of each other. So you have to be kind of aware that you've got the right one highlighted and that they're set the same. So let's get this going. I think I'm going to have them on my right. Okay, got them into their V formation, so you can make a triangle of these. So if I, like for example, if I highlight the first one, the one that's closest to me, I can extend this one out and put one on the left, make like a 3 of them in a triangle, or I could, for example, on the back one, way down here, I can extend that one out and put one out there. Works quite well. So we need to lower it, and then these ones don't have the concept of powered. They either work or they don't. So let's the textures shouldn't matter. We'll quickly look at the map, make sure it looks like it's doing what we expect it to do. We should see is that the right crop type? I think. I think one of them set incorrectly. It is. One of them is set incorrectly. Alright, so let's see if, I mean, they start deviating pretty badly, but alright. I'm glad I checked that. So let's check the map again. And it is now grass. Good. Alright, let's get a time lapse going and we'll quickly sow these fields. They're putting down seed and fertilizer, so that will riskily mean that these fields are complete. wire worker finishes off doing that. I think that's going quite well, apart from snagging on a couple of trees as we try to do some U-turns. What I'm going to do is quickly do some landscaping over here. I'm going to make our little yard here a little bit more attractive. So let's get out the paintbrush. And we're going to, I think this is just dirt. Yeah, close to it. Animal mud. I think it might be dirt. Yeah, so let's make our brush a little bit bigger. We'll go for square brush. No, we'll go for round. And let's just dirtify this area a bit. We'll get fancy with concrete later. What I want to do is just establish a path through here that we can work towards. There's plenty of space to run forklifts and such past. Make this really big. I think that looks pretty good. We'll make a little track around here. This area looks all pretty good. So yeah, let's run a path probably straight through here. And we'll have to get rid of these trees. This might be, it is a little bit narrow up here. We might sacrifice some of this, I think. I think I might just do a beautiful diagonal like that. And we'll have to come through here and get rid of those trees as well. But I want to be able to make a little bit of a another bit of yard over here on the left hand side. We'll start putting some stuff in here as well. Maybe a sawmill. I mean, there's a lot of trees around, so maybe a sawmill might be appropriate. I don't really like the workers finished their work. Just quickly give this a grass edge. As it kind of fades out. And we'll do a bit more here as well. Cool. So now we can drive through there pretty easy. We'll have to do as I said, we'll have to take those trees out. I think we'll just do a little bit more over here. But that gives us somewhere to park our equipment a bit easier. Let's find out what this guy's doing. Did you do anything? Did you just get completely confused? Yeah, it looks much better. I think having the path through there looks pretty good. So bring this in so it gets around the corner appropriately. It wants to turn to the left, not the right. So no, it wants to turn to the left because it drags. The far one will drag in towards the radius. Yeah, I think it looks quite good. We'll put. I think I'm tempted to put a sawmill down there, since we just put all that timber at the top of the property. So yeah, it's already 2 o'clock in the day. We'll probably just finish the seeding and then make sure that our greenhouses have water in them, and then that will be it for today. Alright, nearly up to the last stripe. Didn't go too bad. Missed a couple of corners and had to go back again. But this field is now ready. It's got one layer of fertilizer on it, which is plenty enough for grass. And these have done their job. So let's detach this last trailer and put these back into convoy configuration. We'll go over to the shop and fill them up. I have a kind of like a rule that you should leave your seeders and stuff like that all filled up. So I'm going to quickly go over to the shop, fill these up with the bags that are sitting around. Both of them used under a bag, so That was pretty efficient. I think total we've maybe used one bag across the 2-seaters, maybe. So that one didn't need much. And yeah, so we've used 2 bags. Or even 2 and a bit. Which is good. The more seeds you've used, the more land we must have. And fertilizer as well. I'm guessing it's going to be rough at the same rate. Yeah, it's 1 and a bit bags. There we go. Alright, so let's go park this in our newly formed yard. I'm just going to kind of put it in the middle part where we just made the dirt. We'll quickly check on our water supplies, and then we probably can call it. Actually, we'll do some yard cleanup as well. We'll move some of these things out of the way. So I'm just going to leave them there as a pair. I'm just going to pick up. What do we have here? That's back to front. So let's pick up our. What is that? Our stump grinder. That can be put away as well. We'll put definitely put the tedder near the seeder. They're kind of related. Actually, it's more related to the mower, so I might put it over here where the big swath mower is. And I think I'm going to put this up where the trees are. That's kind of reminiscent of what it's for. And last but not least, we'll pick up the front of the mower, put it over here as well, and the baler. And that will look a lot better, a lot more neat and tidy. This up where the front here. You can go there. What's wrong way around? That can go there. The smaller stuff can go up the front. And then to finish off the day, we'll just quickly do a load of water. Let's have a look at what our productions look like as far as that's concerned. Yeah, the mushrooms have a fair bit. Yeah, they're going to last the night now. So they're going to go through 14,000, 8,000 left, half a day. That should be fine. And then these guys are huge. They've got plenty of water, so they will not need to be filled up for days. And as I said, they're only using 1 and a bit thousand per day anyway. So they probably won't need filling for a long, long time. But we'll put 1 load of water into these. Can I be bothered driving up to the shop, or should we add a water spout? I think we should add a water spout. I don't want to waste all my time. Is it a water generator? So there's a water pumping station, which is not really what we want. Buildings, is it container? Here we go. So there's this water tank that comes with, I'm sure we have to pay for the water, and that's fine. There's one that comes with no man's land. It's really cheap, but the problem is you have to keep on opening up the spigot. You can't just drive up to and use it. And it's kind of annoying. This is doable. It's 3,000. I've never tried this one. So I'm tempted just to give it a go. How about we put it up over... So our land boundary is right here, so we really can't go this side of the greenhouses. If I put it in the middle here, it's going to get away with it. If we ever need to forklift this stuff, it will get in the way. So I think the only spot we've got available is roughly around here. I don't want to make it too hard to drive in here and get out, but we should be able to squeeze this in the corner, especially if we put it at 45 degrees. Keep it away from the grass a little bit. So let's see what that's like to use. I've never tried that one before. And also, I don't know what the price of the water is going to be, but we can find out. We'll finish dumping this water off. And let's see what that new tank is like. I assume you don't have to fill it first. That would be kind of weird. So the field speed, It's not the fastest. It's definitely not as fast as the store, but what we save in fill speed may be justified versus the travel time. Yeah, it is not the fastest thing. Like if this was a massive semi-trailer tanker, that would be quite a while. $1 per 10 liters, $600 versus $6. I don't think that was worth it. So, yeah, that wasn't exactly what we wanted to do from a financial point of view. So, I think we might just delete that. It was a nice to have try, but I don't really want to be spending that much money getting our water when we can literally go over there and get it for 100th the price. Yeah, when this is $6 and fills faster, I think that's what we're going to do. I think we should just delete that thing. Just take it as a $10,000 hit. Our greenhouses are making a huge amount of money. It's just part of the experiment. So, yeah, I think this guy was by pure chance perfect. Yep, he was. And that one as well. So let's go back into construction, see if we can get some of our money back on for that thing. So, yeah, $1,500. It was the water that cost us $600. That was pretty bad. And we'll just do a quick little fix of the ground there. And that will be it. We'll call that a day. We've got a whole lot of farms done. Our grass is in the ground. And next time we'll move on to a different piece of property. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and thanks for watching.